You wake up, head to Walmart for your usual groceries, and your $10 pack of avocados now costs $15. No warning, no explanation, just sticker shock. But behind that price tag, a political bombshell detonated in plain sight. Welcome to Global Pulse, where we dig into the global events that hit you right where it counts. Your wallet, your job, your future. In 2025, Walmart, the undisputed king of low prices, made an announcement that shook every American shopper. They were raising prices, not a few cents, across the board. The reason? Tariffs. Trump's tariffs. And this wasn't about protecting American industry. It was about survival. May 15th, 2025, mark that date. Doug McMillon, Walmart CEO, dropped the bomb. Get ready for price hikes and fast. The cause? Import tariffs on Chinese goods that soared as high as 145% before settling at a punishing 30%. Walmart's business model is built on razor-thin margins. There's no cushion for a cost tsunami like that. By June, prices were rising. By July, spiking. Right in time for back-to-school shopping. Bananas, avocados, baby wipes, everything got hit. Even toys weren't safe. A Barbie doll jumped from $10.49 to $14.99 in a week. Trump responded with his usual flair. Walmart should eat the tariffs. But let's get real. Tariffs are taxes. Someone always pays. And when even Walmart, a company built to crush costs, blinks first, it's a warning flare for the entire economy. But the public fury over price tags was just the surface. Because while customers were doing double takes at the checkout line, Walmart was quietly executing a massive global pivot. Out of the spotlight, Walmart was flipping its sourcing strategy like a chess grandmaster. They weren't waiting for the next tariff tweet. They were escaping the board entirely. Vietnam, India, Mexico. These weren't just new partners. They were lifelines. Walmart rerouted orders overseas, replacing Made in the USA with anywhere but China. Even packaging was redesigned. Fiberglass instead of aluminum, all to avoid import duties. But the biggest shift? Automation. AI-powered checkout lanes. Robot stockers. Predictive logistics. To customers, it looked like innovation. But inside Walmart's HQ, it was damage control. Every robot installed meant one less human hire. Not because they wanted to replace people, but because they had to. Critics screamed betrayal. This was supposed to be America's store. And yet, its moves looked anything but patriotic. Executives stayed firm. They weren't abandoning America. They were insulating it. When domestic production becomes a financial liability, even titans like Walmart face a choice: adapt or get crushed. But not everyone was buying it, especially not the White House. Because what came next was a political firestorm. When reports of Walmart shifting operations overseas reached President Trump, the response was volcanic. Behind closed doors, he allegedly erupted, accusing Walmart of betraying American workers, threatening to pull federal contracts, and lighting up Truth Social with demands that the company absorb the tariffs. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick echoed the outrage. Walmart should do the patriotic thing and protect consumers. But here's where the fantasy crumbled. Economists stepped in fast. Tariffs aren't patriotic acts. They're economic penalties. When the government taxes imports, someone pays. Either the company raises prices, or they absorb losses, or both. Walmart's leadership stood their ground. CEO Doug McMillon publicly reaffirmed the company's commitment to American jobs, but clarified the brutal truth of retail math. With margins as low as 2%, there's no room to just eat costs. Still, the damage was done. Conservative media roasted Walmart. Trump's base called for boycotts. Social media boiled with outrage. Was Walmart turning its back on the country that made it? But this wasn't a betrayal. It was a warning. Trump had previously targeted Harley-Davidson and General Motors, but Walmart is different. This isn't just another brand. It's the American store. If even Walmart is forced to reroute, retrench, and rethink its entire business model, then maybe the trade war is doing more harm than good. And if you needed proof, all you had to do was look at Walmart's latest numbers. Walmart's first quarter earnings painted a picture of surface-level success hiding deeper fractures. Revenue? Up $165.6 billion, powered by grocery sales and online orders. But profits? Down. Way down. The only reason analysts weren't panicking was because Walmart got creative, pre-ordering shipments before tariffs kicked in, slashing expenses, and fast-tracking automation. But those are one-time tricks. You can't play that card every quarter. The CFO admitted it bluntly. Tariffs were eating away profitability. A $350 Chinese car seat now costs Walmart over $450. Strollers, electronics, even seasonal goods are next. This isn't inflation, it's policy-driven cost pressure. And Walmart's scale makes this a national issue. With over 4,600 stores and 150 million shoppers a week, every shift in their pricing or operations echoes through the economy. Investors were nervous at first until they saw the long game. Walmart was hedging with automation, AI, and global sourcing. It's not about abandoning America. It's about surviving in a world where American policy punishes domestic business decisions. But survival comes at a price. And that price is already being paid, not in corporate boardrooms, but in small-town America. In towns where Walmart is the largest employer, even a minor shift reverberates. Reduced hours at a local Walmart? That hits the school district budget. Canceled contracts with regional trucking firms? That hits family incomes. Dropped orders to small U.S. manufacturers? That can kill an entire business. Walmart says it's investing in the future, and it is. Tech-heavy fulfillment centers. Online-first stores. But here's the catch. Those sleek new models need fewer workers. For rural America, that future means fewer jobs, fewer shifts, and fewer paychecks. Lawmakers are starting to panic. Trump, doubling down, now threatens more tariffs for companies who offshore operations. But economists are waving red flags. This could deepen inflation and slow growth even more. The average American faces a brutal choice. Pay more at the store or lose more on your paycheck. And as Walmart, the ultimate symbol of affordable, accessible American retail, shifts gears, the rest of the market is watching. If the biggest name in the game can't afford to stay on Main Street, who can? So let's ask the real question. Is this just the start of a massive economic reshuffling? Walmart isn't physically leaving the U.S. The stores are still here. The blue vests are still greeting you. But make no mistake, in sourcing, in staffing, and in strategy, the company is no longer all in on America. Tariffs were supposed to bring back factories. Instead, they're pushing giants like Walmart to shield themselves from risk, not by doubling down on American labor, but by automating, outsourcing, and cutting where it hurts most. And if Walmart's doing it, others will follow. Target, Costco, Amazon. This isn't a retail story anymore. It's about the future of American capitalism. When policy collides with profit, guess who wins? Now I want to hear from you. Is Walmart just doing what it must to survive? Or is this a betrayal of the American worker? Should companies be forced to absorb tariffs, even if it means going under? And how much automation is too much, especially when entire towns rely on retailers like Walmart? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We read them, and they fuel what we cover next. If this deep dive gave you something to think about, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. This is Global Pulse, where headlines become insight, and your voice shapes the next story. See you in the next one.